Camp is almost here, and in this video, I'm going to give you 10 players who you should be taking a look at while camp's going on. Let's begin. What's going on, YouTube, and welcome to Detroit Lions Talk with MicroMike. We talk all things Detroit Lions news, rumors, analysis, breakdown, and everything regarding our franchise. And in this video, I'm going to be talking about players to watch in camp. Yes, it is so important to watch these guys because so much questions are going to be happening during training camp, and we need to get some answers to those questions to kind of understand what's going to take place for the regular season. Before we get in this video, make sure you hit that like button. Let's get to 100 likes, and hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so. Hey, that's nuts. Thank you, everyone. I hit 14K, and with your help, we got it done. Let's just go ahead and start with the video. The first player on my list the Detroit Lions need to keep a keen eye on is our first pick in this last year's draft, and that's Penei Sewell. How will Penei Sewell start to adapt, be going from the left side when he was in college to the right side for the Detroit Lions? For the Lions to have somewhat of a successful season, it's going to be predicated on the continuity of the offensive line. Obviously, we have some good players in Frank Ragnow, Taylor Decker, Jonah Jackson, but the guy that we selected to really make this offensive line to the next level is Penei Sewell. We've seen in minicamp that he said he had a hard time adjusting to the right side. Can he continue to grow and really solidify that spot for the right side of the Detroit Lions so they can go ahead and open up the holes to run, as well as give time for Jared Goff to stand in the pocket and sling that football? And if he can, and he continued to get better and better, that spells good news for the Lions offense. Comment on the pinned comment. The pinned comment is the first comment that I selected. What player are you going to be paying attention to for this training camp? Let me know in the comment section. Just put the name in there. It could be a player that I mentioned or a player that I did not mention. I want to hear your thoughts. Go ahead, place the name in there. The next player on my list is our first-round draft pick last year, and that's Jeffrey Okudah. Jeffrey Okudah had an down season, I would suggest, last year, but all the chips were stacked against him. We've talked about it endlessly, how he came into camp during a pandemic year, injured, a bad coaching staff, etc. And we expect a high draft pick such as Jeffrey Okudah to really help out this team in a big way. It didn't happen last year, but can he continue to grow what he was doing at minicamp, getting more vocal, be a more leader, understand the scheme of Aaron Glenn, and really show that he is worthy of the pick where he was drafted? Because if he can grow and get better, that spells a lot of good news for the Lions defense, who was very poor last year. A lot of riding on Jeffrey Okudah, because if he can pan out and he can get better this year, hey, maybe we really have something here, but we got to see, keep a keen eye on him. And if he doesn't do well, that spells some bad news for the Lions. Jeffrey Okudah, my eyes really on you. Tyrell Williams, the Detroit Lions free agent wide receiver that we picked up from the Las Vegas Raiders. As you know, we've had a lot of wide receivers leave this team. Kenny Galladay, Marvin Jones Jr., Danny Amendola's not here. We need to get a guy who can be the #1 target for Jared Goff. Tyrell Williams does have ability, but the best ability is availability, and he was injured when it's time for the Raiders. But he is fast, and he can make some big-time plays. We got to watch Tyrell Williams to see if he can go ahead and get open in space and get the ball from Jared Goff, because this offense is going to be predicated on running the football and play action, and that's where Jared Goff can thrive, because he does have the ability to sling a big-time ball down the stretch for a big-time play. So if Tyrell Williams can show himself to get better and stay healthy, and him and Jared Goff can develop into a decent combination, that's something that we have to pay attention to for this training camp. The fourth player on my list is Lions running back DeAndre Swift. We think that we have something special in Swift here because he has all the abilities. He can get open in space, get in between the tackles, get the ball in the passing game, and we have not had a 1,000-yard rusher since Reggie Bush. We haven't had a real good running game since Barry Sanders, something that's consistent. And we do believe that DeAndre Swift has that ability to be that consistent running back for the Detroit Lions. We did get another running back in free agency in Jamal Williams, and that will help bear the load for Swift. but we want to see how this works out. In minicamp, we've seen that he was torching up linebackers, him and Jamal Williams. Can he continue to do that in training camp, ultimately in the preseason? Because we need him to step up. I always said it last year that when it comes to DeAndre Swift, I eventually want him to be the main guy on offense to really take this team to the next level. So my eye is really on Swift as well. The fifth player on my list is safety Will Harris. This has been a major question mark, the Lions' safety position. Will Harris has shown so far in his career as a Detroit Lion that he's not a starting safety. But just like Jeffrey Okudah, maybe it was a bad situation. Maybe. It could possibly be that way. With that said, I'm keeping a major eye on safety Will Harris because we need to have that back end secure. And if it's not secure and he's not producing in training camp, we need to go ahead and look for an addition at that safety position, whether it be in free agency or potentially a player who we already have to go ahead and take over that starting role. This is a major issue that must get some clarification in training camp. Can he live up to it, or is he going to have to get replaced? Hit that like button, folks. Let's get to 100 likes in this video. That is how you get videos pushed out via YouTube algorithm. So with your help, I know we can get it done. Let's get to 100 likes. The sixth player on my list is Halapoulivaati Vaitai, the right guard currently for the Detroit Lions. We picked him up in free agency, expecting him to go ahead and solidify the right side last year. And what happened? He did not produce the way we wanted him to. He was initially supposed to be the right tackle. That didn't work out. So now he's the right guard for the Lions. Yes, there were some injury issues that happened last year. But for this offensive line to be elite, he is going to have to step his game up. It is really important because he has a big contract. We need to decide, is he going to be a Detroit Lion after this year, or is his year coming up the end for the Lions after this season? We got to see him get better in training camp. We must get better. There's no excuses for Vati Vaitai. You got some really good offensive linemen out of this team. Penei Sewell, Frank Ragnar, Taylor Decker, and even Jonah Jackson showed a lot of promise last year. This is the biggest question mark upon this offensive line. What is going to happen? Can't wait to see in training camp. The Lions' defensive line got remodeled this off season. We decided to go ahead and get Levi Onwuzurike, Aleem McNeil, and really start to build the depth at the defensive tackle / defensive end position. The Lions' defense was abysmal last year, and a lot had to do with injuries, and one of those injuries was Deshaun Hand. His rookie season, he showed a ton of promise, but he has been injured since, and we really need to see, is he going to be an asset for this team? Can he consistently stay healthy and be a rotational piece upon this defensive line so the Lions can get after the quarterback and stop the run? There's a ton of players right now that we got on the defensive line, and if he can't produce in training camp, he could be a cut going forward because we need to have players that we can rely on for this upcoming season. So I'm definitely watching Deshaun Hand to see if he can go ahead and take his game up and stay healthy. Amon-Ra St. Brown, the Lions' rookie wide receiver. As we know, our wide receiver depth is not the greatest ever since we got rid of a lot of them this last offseason. So we drafted Amon-Ra St. Brown. Can he fill the void for the Lions? We heard of a lot of plays that was taking place in minicamps and as well as OTAs, and we seen the bright spot of Amon-Ra St. Brown really starting to try to get his game stepping up. He was not happy that he was drafted as the 15th wide receiver. He feels he should have been drafted more. Can he put his nose in the playbook, take over this wide receiver group, and be a massive, valuable asset for the Lions offense this season? Derrick Barnes, the Lions rookie linebacker. The Lions linebacking core last year was abysmal at best. There was a lot of issues. So we need to get a player who can step up and hold down the middle of the field. The Lions drafted this guy for that reason. If he can step his game up, yes, he's a rookie, it will be absolutely good for the Lions' middle of the field because right now, personally, I think this is the weakest position for the Lions, is the linebacking core. and relying on rookie, specifically one in the 4th round, is a little bit nerve-wracking. But Derrick Barnes has all the intangibles and tangibles to be a very good linebacker in this league. Can he put his nose in the playbook? Can he learn from the veterans? And can he be a starter for the Detroit Lions as we go against the San Francisco 49ers week 1? Last and surely not least is the Lions' new quarterback under center, Jared Goff. We shipped out our former quarterback to the Rams, and we picked up Jared Goff. In OTAs, we heard some good things about Jared Goff being very accurate, giving the football to TJ Hockenson, giving it to the running backs, showing that he is not an absolute bust like the media portrays him to be. Can he continue that success in training camp and really get his game up to really help this Lions offense out? This season will be relied upon Jared Goff. We need to have a quality quarterback under center, or this season can go south. If he can show himself to be the quarterback of a couple years ago, the Lions may have struck gold for this trade. But if he is a quarterback of the last 2 years, it may be looking like we need to get another quarterback in the NFL draft. So training camp is extremely important to see him progress and show his skill set so we can go into 2021 a little bit refreshed and less nerve-wracking upon this positional group. In the upcoming videos, we got the One Pride podcast on my channel at 6:30 p.m. every single Thursday, a fun interactive show. Make sure you show up, and we'll have a great time talking Lions. Also, on Sunday, we do the live Q&A session, 11 in the morning. It's just myself. Same thing. Throw in questions. I'll try to answer them as best as I can. I got videos dropping every single day, so make sure you hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on the latest news and rumors regarding our Detroit Lions.